by faith. That's what it means. So now I look at God, at His divine life, and I don't understand. God is divine. God is eternal. God is limitless. And I have, limited knowledge. Here faith comes and tells me it's okay. Have faith. This is when I come to peace with myself and this life. I see the light of God, the divine light. What I can understand, I understand. What I can't understand, I take it by faith. Again, I experience this marriage between faith and intellect. So my intellect does not fight anymore God's things. My intellect submits and accepts the high things of God, the sublime things of God, and love them. So that's the intellect. The memory. The memory stores experiences, past experiences, images, words, hurtful moments, blessed moments, everything. Our memory, we have to deal with our memory. So when God purifies our memory, what does He do? Listen to that. God erases everything from our memory. And He becomes the only memory for eternity. So this is how God purges and purifies the memory, by eliminating, removing all the memories. So I don't remember anything anymore except Him. He's my only memory. And that's how I reach the summit. The will. When we talk about the will, is who does not have a will here? Most of us have strong will, right? So how to conform it with the will of God? It's very hard. And believe me, brothers and sisters, those are things, if we can fix in our lives, we can speed up climbing the mountain. But the problem is we stick to them. And we stick to them. And we know sometimes that we need to change, we need to do something about it. We need to let go, but we stick to them. And God never gives up. Calling and inviting and doing His best, but He cannot force us. God respects our own free will. That's why we feel stuck spiritually sometimes. I want to make progress, but I can't. Why, God, you're doing this to me? Why am I doing this to myself? So the will, listen to that, the challenge is the will. I don't will anymore the things I love. I only will the things of God. Because from past experience, I know my will brings me imperfections because of my imperfections. But when God purges and purifies my own will, then I love His will more than my will. And I disdain my will. I give up my will. You see how we're changing? How we're being transformed? Reborn? The central thesis is nada, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. So that means with God I have to come to Him and become empty. And that's hard for us to become empty. Because we come with a background of knowledge and good things and virtues maybe, which is good. You know, we accumulate over the years through our own efforts. But this will bring us like a good way of life. But a perfect way of life is brought only by God. So I have to empty myself from myself to be filled with God. And God will bring with Him the perfections, the new life. A heavenly life, different logic, different way of seeing things, different way of acting. So when I lose myself, I lose everything. I know. When I gain God, I possess everything. You see what we do to ourselves? By sticking and clinging to ourselves. We interrupt the process, the journey. And we make long stops on the journey. Sometimes years.